episode truly managed to surprise us. Despite Gooseworks mentioning that it might seem a bit boring, it turned out to be quite the opposite. One of the key reasons for such an amazing episode is Gangle, who we'll be focusing on today. Throughout the earlier episodes, Gangle mostly stayed in the shadows, and let's take a moment to recall how she behaved back then.
We saw Gloink carry one of Sybil's pieces down there, remember?
Oh, yeah. Thank you for the recap.
She was always sad, insecure, and shy. Episode 4 started off by showing us the Gangle we've come to know, but what happened next shocked not just me, but the entire Digital Circus fandom. Let's take a moment to recall how it all began.
Can we maybe pick one that's more normal?
Well, I don't know what's normal to you people. Let's have one where we all work at a fast food place. Is that normal?
Who wrote that?
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
And you can be the shift manager.
You did not just make that today's adventure.
I think I might be able to give it a swing. Being a shift manager was my job at one point.
And that's how we found out that Gangle once worked in a fast food chain, and we're pretty certain that this adventure was her idea. In my opinion, this is probably the only adventure Gangle has ever proposed because she holds a key quality, which I'll definitely talk about later, that was stripped away from her in the Digital Circus. The moment everyone entered Spudsy's, Gangle immediately came to life, and it was clear she enjoyed having at least a bit of authority.
Well, I guess I should get into manager mode and get us all kicked off. And with that out of the way, let's get to work, guys.
But we all know Jax and his weird affection for Gangle, which becomes pretty noticeable in Fast Food Masquerade.
It looks like I've taken Ragatha and dropped her in the deep fryer.
Oh, no. We can't have anything like that going on around here.
What are you gonna do about it, though?
I'm calling upper management.
Hello?
Hey, Kane, we're having a bit of an issue with the employees, and I was wondering if you could maybe have a punishment waiting for them at the end of the day if they do a terrible job.
Wait, what?
Great idea, Gangle.
Why would you do this?
It's called a manic episode, and you're getting 3 more seasons. Anyway, Jax, it's your job to set up the drink station, make new coffee and iced tea, and fill the ice cream machine, so get to it.
That's how we realize Gangle has a classic case of small boss syndrome. She was given just a bit more authority than usual, and the way she handled it completely blew my mind. Gangle put on a metaphorical crown so heavy it's bound to weigh her down eventually. And the fact that Gangle turned out to be such a vindictive character became crystal clear too. Just look at the insane workload she dumped on Jax as payback for all his past sins. Then there's the scene tied to Pomni's memories of Gummy Goo, which absolutely confirmed that.
What? Ragatha, where's Pomni?
Huh? Oh, she's flirting with the gummy guy, 'cause she'd rather be with an NPC than with us or something.
Well, that won't do.
I wish someone would flirt with me.
Pomni, we need you on the register! Stop weirding the customers out!
But it's gummy goo. Can't the job wait a bit? It's not like this is real.
And next you're gonna say my authority isn't real. Anyway, put away that breakfast menu because it's lunchtime.
Confirm that Gangle has an obsessive attachment to order. It's absolutely critical for her that everything runs as it should, with no room for any human quirks or emotions during the work process. Gangle feels like a product of a system, almost like she was cultivated specifically for roles like this. The tense dynamic between Gangle, Jax, and Kane only reinforces this idea. People like her are willing to do anything to impress their superiors, just to get a few compliments about their work. Honestly, some of Gangle's scenes were downright uncomfortable to watch. But all of this is just a mask. A mask Gangle likely wore every single day in her life back in the real world. We all know how much Gangle loves drawing and that she uses every spare moment to create art. Now let's take a closer look at a very interesting scene from episode 4.
In this video, you're gonna learn the ins and outs of what makes you a good crew member and a valuable asset to the Spudsies Corporation.
When did you make this?
Now, I know what you're thinking. I don't want a career in fast food. I want to be a comic artist and eventually launch my own manga-inspired webcomic. And it's cool to have dreams, but you also need to remember that they're completely unrealistic, and you need to stop trying. But before we get into all that, first things first. Are you smiling?
No.
Why not?
We can see that Gangle once had a dream to create her own comic, but as she herself admitted, it became an unattainable goal. The words she directed at Jax were, in a way, a message to herself. Whether it was drilled into her by her parents or society, the fact remains that Gangle has always seemed depressed and is now desperately trying to make everything perfect. This only confirms that she's living someone else's life, and the things she feels obligated to do are breaking her. This is why approval from others is so important to her, and why she tries to act like a kind boss, even though she doesn't really succeed at it. Any words that go against her expectations only deepen her internal struggle and intensify her personal drama.
The bathroom looks like a biohazard and needs a good scrubbing.
Well, I don't know. Shouldn't, Biohazard crew take care of that?
Oh, Jaxie boy, don't you want to be a model employee?
No, I don't care about any of this.
Well, that doesn't really sound like a can-do attitude to me.
It's not.
Bad.
I like you better when you're sad.
Well, if you underperform now, you might end up hurt later.
Hurt nothing. I'm hurt enough. Packages landing on my head, tea parties, dancing lessons.
What's wrong with her? You know, a team works much better when we're all giving it 110% instead of, 5.
No offense, but you're kind of annoying when you have your happy mask.
And her heart-wrenching cry at the end only solidifies this.
You good?
My comedy mask is usually broken by now.
We're doing another one of these. Is the mask not making you happy? Do you have anybody to talk to? Like, in regards to your issues? I'm sure Ragatha would like to help you out.
Oh, Ragatha. I love her, but after a while it gets kinda hard to tell how genuine she's actually being.
And remember how I mentioned her need for approval? Think back to the moment Pomni showed kindness toward her and praised her work.
You know, I can close for you if you want.
Huh?
If you want to get out of here, you can. You don't have to be stuck here alone. I can handle closing.
Would that be okay?
I think so. You should go home and get some rest.
We saw Gangle finally overcome herself and reveal her true self. For the first time in her life, Gangle was able to experience true happiness, and it seems she no longer needs her comedy mask to feel good about herself. Her story teaches us many things, but the most important takeaway is that we should follow our dreams instead of succumbing to societal or parental expectations. Otherwise, we might all end up like Gangle. I'm pretty sure no one aspires to have their greatest life accomplishment summed up by the words, "Well done, you did great at work today. You're a valuable part of our fast food chain." Don't get me wrong, I have immense respect for managers. There are plenty of amazing people in those roles, but sadly, there are also too many who end up like Gangle. What are your thoughts on this video? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all next time.